hiking somewhere?
Well, we're going to go up to Crosby. We're just staying at like this cabin on a lake, but we'll probably go mountain biking and probably hiking as well.
That is super cool. Bailey's going to be at the fair and at the Renaissance Festival this weekend.
Renaissance Festival on Saturday, fair on Sunday and Monday.
Kind of the same. Well, nice. And then Vaughn's got a lot of stuff going on, too. Vaughn's going to be at the fair, I think, pretty much all day Sunday.
No, tomorrow. Saturday.
Tomorrow is the day?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
12 to 7, I'll be there. Come say what's up. A couple of people texted and said they didn't know when we were back there as a show. So if you missed me or Bailey or Jenny, come see us. You got no excuse not to buy a shirt. Because we'll be there all weekend, baby.
Yeah.
Come by and get a shirt. We met so many nice people there yesterday. I will give a shout out because this is the last time that I'll be on the radio before the fair ends. But there was a new food item that I didn't know about that Carson, my son, saw on TikTok. And it is crab boil wings. So good. It's a crab boil, but instead of crabs, it's wings with sausage, corn on the cob, potatoes, spices. It's in the food building. Just look for it. I've given directions in the food building. It's like, well, you turn right. Well, which way am I facing when I turn right? Well, toward Mouthtrap. Well, wait. How far down is it? I don't know, 75 feet. Anyway, go look for it. It's totally worth it.
The food building was so warm yesterday because I went in there and got the, from the Afro Deli, I got the Afro Poppers, and those were super good as well. They are sweet. I wasn't anticipating that. I thought that they were going to have like meat or something in them, but they were sweet, but they were very good. And also the s'mores beer over at Giggles, which Giggles is in like the boondocks of the state fair. I like went to meet up with some friends after our shift yesterday, and I didn't realize how far away it was from everything else.
Way up on Machinery Hill.
Yeah. But the s'mores beer there is really good. And they always have like bands playing and stuff. So it's like a fun place to go rest your feet and hang out for a bit.
People, I read an article that said people talk about all the food at the fair. They check out all the drinking at the fair.
Yeah.
And I'm not a big beer person, not really. So I don't really drink at the fair. But I guess if you want to try all the different beers, that is the haven for trying out new beers. So have fun, and thanks for listening to KDWB. It is the holiday weekend. We're going to do some traveling. We're going to do a little traveling.
Oh, okay.
We're going to see if you know where you are. It's called Directionally Challenged. Now, Vaughn, you pretty much get a pass because you're not from here.
Oh.
But Bailey has lived here all of her life, and Jenny has lived here most of her life. So we're going to get on 169, Highway 169.
Okay.
We're going to go southwest on 169, past the Renaissance Festival.
Okay.
For about an hour or so.
An hour?
About an hour or so on 169. What M-town do you come to?
M-town?
M-town.
It starts with an M.
Yeah.
Monticello.
No.
Oh, my God.
Monticello's the other direction. That's up towards St.
I know.
Cloud.
I have
Literally,
no idea.
like, past Shakopee. I'm not. Oh, Mankato?
Yes! Yes.
Wow,
Okay.
I did it.
All right, here we go. Let's try this one. You're on 35 South. You take 35 South for 4 hours. You turn west on Interstate 80, go for about 2 hours. What O-town are you in?
Omaha.
Yeah, Jenny.
Oh,
I knew that
nice.
one. I didn't know we were going out of state.
Yeah.
We've never done out of state before.
No, we're going all over the place.
Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah, okay. We're traveling.
Fun.
We're traveling this weekend.
Travel around.
Can we go to
on-
California?
No, we'll see whether California works into the puzzle or not. Okay, let's get you one. You're in Los Angeles.
Okay.
You get on Interstate 15 going northeast for 5 hours. What L city are you in? You're in Los Angeles. You get on Interstate 15. You're going northeast for 5 hours.
5 hours.
What L city are you in?
East.
Lost City.
What?
Lost City.
No.
I don't know.
Pops up out of nowhere. It's like an oasis in the desert.
Lake Tahoe.
No.
Right?
Come on, you guys. It's an easy one.
I
You're
guess?
making it way too hard. Please do.
Is it Vegas? Las Vegas?
It's Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, yeah.
It's not called Las Vegas. It's called Vegas.
I was thinking like north.
Whatever.
Like I'm going up north.
Well, I said northeast. If you've been paying attention.
But I still think that means north. It's just essentially just east, slightly north. That doesn't.
Vegas is only 5 hours away from
about
Los
5 hours
LA.
away. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Okay. You get on I-94, you're going east. I-94, you're going east. You go through Woodbury, okay? You keep going, you go over the bridge, you're going into Wisconsin. You're on I-94, then you get on I-90. About 6 hours, you're going east and then south. About 6 hours out of town.
Don't give me the letter.
What is it?
Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago. Okay, very good. You got one more. Now, this is an easy one, but it's going to sound hard.
Okay.
You're in Denver. You get on Interstate 25. You go north about 2 hours. What state are you in?
Idaho.
Come on.
Kentucky?
No. Kentucky. You're joking.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, good.
No, Idaho's too far east. And it's not Wyoming, right?
It's Wyoming.
It is Wyoming.
It is Wyoming,
I thought that was a little further east, too. Okay.
No, Wyoming sits right on top of Colorado. And then Montana sits right on top of Wyoming.
This was hard. I didn't realize we were going out of state.
No.
Yeah.
If you put a United States map in front of me and asked me to fill out all the states without like it being filled out itself, I'd probably get 25 right, I think.
Oh, you
really?
think so?
I think so. I think it's harder than you think it is when you don't have like any states to reference. I think like the Tennessees, the Kentuckys, and stuff like that all gets a little bit confusing.
Really?
It's the East Coast states, the Delaware, the Marylands.
Oh, yeah, those are the hard ones.
Vermont, I don't know which one's Vermont, New Hampshire. You're from the East Coast, so you know all that, Vaughn.
I'm learning Midwest, too.
Should I try to find one and we can do it during the commercial break and see how good we do?
Yeah.
United
Sounds
States map.
boring to me. I graduated from high school. I got out of high school long ago. I don't want to do any geography.
You're just mad because you would suck at it.
I would not get New Jersey.
Does that sound more fun than Sudoku?
Yes.
I think so.
I'm going to do
I
Wordle.
agree.
You guys go do that. I'm going to go play Wordle.
I'm going to print off this map and we're going to test our geography.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
I can't wait.
You're fun at a party. Jenny's like, look, everybody, we're going a geography quiz.
You know what? I bet you people are going to do this at work today just to test their own knowledge.
Learning is growing. Learning is growing,
David.
And if that's easy for you, then after you figure out the states, figure out their capitals.
No,
that's not going to happen.
I learned that in like 4th grade and I'll never remember it again. All right, here we go. I found a map. I'm going to print out. It's obviously not going to be with color. It'll be black and white.
That sounds like a lot of fun. You guys, I'm going to go play Connections and Wordle, you guys, and then get back to me when you're done. We'll be back 1 hour commercial free coming up. Here's what we are going to do, though, and I want you to participate in this one because it could be a lot of fun. We're going to get 5 different high schools, local high schools on the radio. Graduates of everything from Chaska to Woodbury to Apple Valley, whatever schools we happen to get. Graduates of each high school. You tell us what year you graduated. We're the class of 2014, or we're the class of 1998, whatever. And then we're going to give you a quiz. You jump in with the answer, and we'll see which school does the best. Led by quiz master and part-time almost teacher, Bailey J. Hess.
Ooh.
Miss Hess will lead this coming up, but I need some people on the phone here. So if you got a few minutes and you went to high school, I'm going to guess you probably did, call us up right now, 651-989-KDWB. And I will tell you this one, the winner will get something. We'll mail you something. I don't know what we will mail you. It'll be a surprise when it arrives in the mailbox. Call me now to play and win, 651-989-KDWB.
101.3 KDWB is back at the Minnesota State Fair now through Labor Day. Find us in Carousel Park. Check out our brand new merchandise. Plus, we are giving away tickets every day to see Justin Timberlake in October. KDWB.com keyword fair. Powered by Southwest Transit. Check out the BOGO deal with the State Fair and Renfest. Buy one ride, get the other ride free.
From the Custom One Exterior Weather Center.
If you're sticking in the Twin Cities for Labor Day weekend, it's going to be a gorgeous one. Today's sunny and 81. Tomorrow, sunny and 86. Sunday, it'll be partly sunny, a high of 73. And then Monday, sunny and 76.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. With Staples Hot Deals, you'll find super low prices on hundreds of items for back to school. Right now, 24-pack Crayola crayons and 2-pocket poly folders are just 50 cents each. Save even more with the Staples Easy Rewards program. In-store only offer ends 8/31, limit 10. Save big on back to school at Staples.
From the Nicolay Law Studios, KDWB-FM, Richfield, Minneapolis, St. Paul, an iHeartRadio station. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
This is a big weekend at Treasure Island Resort and Casino because you know why? Because TLC is going to be there on September 1st. Yeah, it's September 1st on Sunday already. No scrubs, creep, don't go chasing waterfalls. Just go down and see TLC. Tickets are available online at TICasino.com, Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Also doing, this is a couple of weeks away, Saturday, September 14th. As summer kind of winds down, they're doing Island Bites and Brews outside in the lot. And it's beer samples and top local food trucks like taco trucks and Asian trucks and dessert trucks. Live music, too. It's just a great outdoor fun event. Go down with your partner, go down with your friends or your mama to Island Bites and Brews September 14th. And then we're going back indoors for the World Fighting Championships at Treasure Island, pro boxing, MMA, and more. And that is going to be on Saturday, September 21st. And this always sells out. So get your tickets before they are all gone. Get everything at TICasino.com. Don't forget they have beautiful hotel options, everything from affordable to Holy Buckets. Who can afford that one? Treasure Island with the rooms and the package options, the spa, the bowling alley, the arcade, childcare. They got it all. TICasino.com.
I spray and scrub, but the soap scum in my bathtub is still there.
I spray and scrub, but the burnt sauce on my stovetop sticks around.
Sprays can leave grime behind, but Mr. Clean Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser combines the scrubbing power of an eraser with the cleaning power of Dawn to melt away tough messes on contact.
Just wet, squeeze, and erase.
Stop spraying, start erasing, and clean with more magic than ever with Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty, and you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
Your carpet is jealous. It's watching your kids get brand new back-to-school clothes and a Barbie backpack and a brand new haircut. And it's going, what about me? Listen, take care of your carpet with Zero Res. It's the end of the summer sale with Zero Res, and they can take care of your carpet, your tile, your rugs, upholstery. Basically, every surface in your home can be Zero Resified. So it's time to call my cleaning pros at Zero Res. If it's been a while since your last deep clean, it is the right time to do it. Get your entire home Zero Resified from Minnesota's ultimate carpet cleaner and get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned starting at just $119. Also get your air ducts cleaned this month with 20% off your air duct cleaning. Air ducts will help alleviate allergies and asthma, less dust. It's a great benefit for you and your home. And your dryer vent too. 952-0RES or ZeroResMinnesota.com. Book it now. Make sure you mention the KDWB special. Zero Res, backward or forward, it spells the same.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. You know, I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cashback you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. You know, basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Febreze. So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up, then spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
From the Quick Trip Traffic Center.
Good morning. We have no accidents and no delays. We've got debris 94 eastbound at Highway 52 in the median. There's a stall 94 eastbound at Dale on the right shoulder. 694 has a stall westbound at Silver Lake on the right. I'm Maria Arnold, and that's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Luther Brookdale Mitsubishi.
You deserve a new vehicle. You need one of the best warranties in the industry. You want to save money. Get a 2024 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross with 0% APR for 60 months and save up to an additional $2,000 exclusively at Luther Brookdale Mitsubishi. Brookdale-Mitsubishi.com.
Relive the songs that made your summer with the free iHeart app.
Everybody at the bargain tips.
Explore over 100 commercial-free stations like Songs of the Summer Radio.
You can sleep, baby, I know. What's that mean?
summer songs and all the music that defined the summer of 2024. Just open the free iHeart app, search Songs of the Summer Radio, and listen now, commercial-free. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good. If your mother isn't here to nag you, she'll make a great substitute. Jenny on The Dave Ryan Show on KDWB.
How did you do on your geography quiz? So Jenny was bitching a little. I don't even know where I got the word bitching. I don't know. You were saying.
I was just saying that I don't think I would know like half of the states if you put a map in front of me.
Well, and that's it. So Jenny went in the hallway and printed out a U.S. map, and then we wrote down all the states' names that we could do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not the best radio bit of all time, except to ask you, as you're listening, how would you do? Jenny said she'd get about 25 of the 50. I think I got probably about 45 of the 50. But the tiny East Coast states, I don't know. I know one's Vermont, one's New Hampshire, but I don't know which one is which. I know the tiniest one is Rhode Island. I know Boston's got the big, long arm coming off into the ocean. And New York is a big one. Pennsylvania's easy. But how did you guys do?
Well, Jenny got 8 wrong. Yep. I'm checking her work right now.
I couldn't think of Kansas. That was like the one in like the quote unquote Midwest that like could not come to me, and Arkansas. I just couldn't think of anything for that.
This was more difficult than I thought. I didn't give it to Bailey to check yet.
Oh, I'm checking. Okay, cool. This is exciting. I am the teacher. Yeah, Dave, I don't know. It looks like you've got like at least 5, if not 6 or 7 wrong.
Okay, yeah.
I just mixed up 2 states. So I'm going to say that's technically I got 1 wrong because had I not gotten the other one right, then, I know all my states, you guys.
You know what else trips me up?
Smart.
D.C.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, D.C.
Is it a state? Is it not a state?
It's not a state, no, because it's part of Maryland, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is the District of Columbia, but it's not a state. It's always confused me, too.
This is really good to, like, get our minds working right before the school year.
The most boring radio bit ever.
No.
Yeah, do you hear what they were doing on the Dave Ryan Show? They were looking at the maps of the United States and trying to name them.
No, this was
This is why we got a Marconi Award.
This is a good idea for everyone who wants to procrastinate at work today. Find a blank map of the United States and try this out for yourself and see it. Maybe take a guess ahead of time how many you think you can get, and then see if you can outsmart yourself. Because I did better than I anticipated, but I, like, for the life of me, couldn't even come up with answers for the ones I didn't know.
Jenny didn't know what Arkansas was or Kansas. And then essentially the entire East Coast had no idea.
For me.
When you looked at Kansas, did you just like blank? Like, is it Colorado? Is it Montana?
Nope. I just didn't even have any state come to mind. I didn't learn the United States song. That wasn't something I learned.
You didn't?
No. That was not Colorado.
Did you?
No.
Oh.
It's a Minnesota, Wisconsin thing, I think.
Shall I sing it?
Well, can you do it, Bailey?
Yes, I can. Here I go. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming.
Yay!
That's a great song.
Thank you. It was long, so I sped it up at the end.
I appreciate that. That was a good read on your part. If Rich hears that, a record company may offer him a brand new saddle for his horse to add that to the playlist on KDWB.
Sounds
so
good.
It reminds me of when Fallon made a mockery of my life by doing a song about all the women that I have slept with over the years. And how she got all the names right, I don't know.
Dave's 20-something original bangs from 13 original colonies. He courted them, kissed them, and now we'll name them one by one, including some he impregnated.
Okay.
There was Christy, April, Kathy, and Candy. She burned down a daycare.
She did.
Joan and Cricket, yes, her name is Cricket. Debbie and another Debbie. Julie, yes, that Julie, but there was also another Julie. Kim and Kelly, another Kathy, was a hooker in Vegas.
She was a hooker.
Linda, Mary, Vicky had a mohawk. Melanie, Melissa, Stephanie, Nancy sold ashtrays at state fairs. Tammy cheated on him with an Air Force cadet and a woman.
Yep.
Vanessa smelled bad, and we can't forget Patty.
It's the key changes for me. Wow.
I don't think they were intentional.
Yeah, Nancy sold ashtrays at the state fair.
Nice.
And so she had a booth next to our radio station. I didn't know her. So she's very friendly.
You just walk over to any woman, just start chatting her up, and it would work out for you?
No, they'd call the request line, and Dave was like, hello.
You want me to play that song? Show me your...
What?
Yes.
What are you going to say? You're talking yourself into a corner, Vaughn. What do you want to say?
I was going to say, show me your home, because it's probably lovely.
Oh, show me your home.
Yes.
Let's move on. It's KDWB. I get some questions for you guys. These are just kind of like get to know you kind of questions, okay? Random revealing kind of questions, and let's get started. If you could move to any city in the country, and I'm asking you this as you listen to the show, where would you move? You can move to any city in the country. Where would you move? I think I'd probably want to try Tulsa because they don't have winters there. And it's also like a cheap state to live in. So I'd say Tulsa. You can buy a lot of house for a little bit of money.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
Is it flat there, though?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh, I feel
try
like you'd want
Tulsa.
to go somewhere where there's mountains.
Well, now you bring that up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say Colorado Springs.
Okay.
What about you, Jenny?
I would move to Bend, Oregon, because you can pretty much drive 5 hours in any direction and either be in like wine country, mountains, a desert, a coastline, anything. And then Bend itself is like a decent sized city, so I wouldn't get bored. I don't want to live in a small town.
Okay. Bailey?
Chicago, because it's the most like Minneapolis, and I really like it here.
Okay. Vaughn?
Chicago would be nice. I'm going to go LA just because I've always had a dream about being like on TV. So I feel like everybody and their mom has the same goal there, to make it in life, to live the Hollywood dream.
Yeah.
So it'd be difficult, but kind of easy.
Okay, next one. If you could instantly master any skill, to be so good at it, people would be like, wow. What would it be and how would you use it? I'll go first. Mine would be playing the piano. I would love to be able to sit down at the piano and just be like, oh, watch this, and then play something. That'd be amazing to me. Vaughn, what do you want to do? Piano?
Piano or sing. I've always said God robbed me of either of those two talents because I probably would have got a lot more women back in the day. Back in my heyday.
Back when you were 14. Bailey, what about you?
I wouldn't mind being able to like speak any language because I think that would come with riches because people need interpreters all the time. So I could know what everyone was saying. I could eavesdrop on every conversation and make a butt ton of money.
Okay, Jenny?
I would say baking because then if people hire me for special events, it would like warm my heart to know that they hired me specifically because they know I'm a really good baker and my baking might have contributed to their wedding or their anniversary party or whatever it is.
Nice. Okay. Nice.
You're given a plot of land to build your dream home, but it's got to be the style of a famous TV show or movie home. What TV show or movie home would you build? Mine would be the Brady Bunch house because it was a badass house.
Yeah.
And it had the cool kitchen with the center island, and Brady Bunch house would be mine.
I feel like that's the only house I can think of.
Yeah.
Because that's such an iconic house, and I like that house a lot.
Yeah, fair enough. Anybody else?
Yeah, I would do the Cohen's house from the OC because it was a beautiful mansion along the well, I don't know if they had a coastline view, but it was in the OC, so it was like a gorgeous, ginormous, modern, beautiful house.
Vaughn?
Can I go full house? I've just always thought it was cool to have 2 staircases or a staircase go to 2 different rooms.
Okay, we'll take that one too.
Nice.
Next one. If you could instantly know the answer to any mystery or conspiracy theory, which one would you choose? Mine is easy. It would be who shot JFK.
Okay.
Because I really believe that only one person did it, but there's always going to be doubt and nobody will ever know. Jenny, one conspiracy theory mystery. What do you want to know?
I don't know because I don't really think it's a conspiracy, but I'd like to know like the exact facts of the moon landing so we can prove all the idiots wrong who don't believe that we've landed on the moon.
Vaughn doesn't believe that we landed on the moon.
Mm-hmm. Or that the Earth, well, I do believe that the Earth is flat. Not believe, I know that it's flat.
Okay, you played that game.
The guy from NASA said
he's
so.
joking. He's joking. He's joking.
It's a joke.
What about whether alien life exists? That would be a good mystery because we don't know. Have aliens visited the Earth?
Yeah.
And Bailey, what mystery or conspiracy theory?
There's a conspiracy theory about all of these people who used to be on Glee, and they all like die in very mysterious kind of ways, and they're just like slowly dying off.
Died, yeah,
they're like slowly dying off one at a time, and I want to know if they're connected in any way.
Or if Glee really messed them up, because most of them have died from mental health issues.
Yeah, for sure. But I just think it's fascinating.
Vaught, what mystery?
I like I was just started watching an episode of Glee the other day, and me and Alyssa were talking about that. So I'm going to jump on Bailey's bandwagon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is a celebrity death during your lifetime that hit you the hardest? I would say probably Michael Jackson, because it was so shocking. Because I woke up from a nap one afternoon and Susan said, Michael Jackson died. And he was still young. He's like 55, 50, something like that. And we knew that he wasn't doing well, but dead? So I'd say probably Michael Jackson. Jenny?
Matthew Perry.
Okay.
Yeah. Just because I think, I know obviously he had his abuse issues and stuff with drugs, but I just, loved Friends. So it was very sad.
Sure. Bailey?
I don't really ever get super sad when a celebrity dies, but I did cry when Christopher Reeve died when I was in high school. He played Superman in the 1970s version.
Sure.
And I really admired him. And so when he died, I cried before school started. Yeah.
Okay. Vaught?
I'm going to go Twitch, for the sidekick from The Ellen Show. That was just so out of nowhere and surprising.
Yeah, that was so sad.
And I've seen him do other things in The Ellen Show, and he was just such a positive guy. So it was very heartbreaking.
All right. Well, that was interesting. Just some questions to throw out for the crew and for you, too. Hope you had fun with holes. It is KDWB. Let's do this.
Jenny's been on Reddit.
Today, we're going to talk about interesting professions that people just don't really know about. So if you happen to have one, feel free to text one in. But we're going to list some things that, honestly, I pretty much haven't even heard of. First off is underwater welders and forensic entomologists. You never think about someone having to go underwater and building things, but that has to happen. There's bridges, there's whatever that go over bodies of water. And you don't think that that's actually a job. A flavorist. So these are people whose job it is to develop the flavors for everything from your toothpaste to your favorite ice cream.
Wow.
So basically you go to work and your biggest challenge is figuring out what makes something taste like birthday cake without actually being birthday cake.
Because it's all, if you put together the certain chemicals or whatever, it'll taste just like a birthday cake or strawberries. When they say artificially flavored, that's exactly what they mean. I had a friend and I lived in Ohio, and Columbus, Ohio is like the world headquarters of Wendy's, the hamburger chain. And a friend of mine was a hamburger tester, and she would eat hamburgers and spit them into a cup or the trash or whatever for their new taste. It was like a taste tester. And that's what she did. And if I remember right, she did it full time.
Whoa.
So you try the new nuggets, try the new French fries, try the new burger, and spit it into the trash.
That's my new dream job. If anyone listening is a flavorist, I want to go on a field trip to wherever you work. And
Let
just
us know.
shadow. That sounds so fun.
It's like also, how do you become qualified for that? Because I would not be good at that.
That's a good question. Yeah.
We did that soda challenge recently, and I was like, I don't know what flavor this is. Bailey nailed the corn one.
Yeah, but I feel like that one they needed a flavorist because I think they just kind of threw anything into a bucket and they're like, yeah, it's peanut butter and jelly.
Exactly.
Is it?
These are professions that people generally just don't know about. This one says, I make teeth on a computer. So they use a program to design crowns and bridges for dental laboratories. So that's interesting.
That's cool.
Have you ever thought about the fact that someone has to make the artwork that are on napkins?
Oh,
yeah.
You don't know. Never have. No,
this
that's
is
funny.
so fun.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't know what that title is, but that's something else. The guys who shoot guns and make loud noises to scare birds away from toxic wastewater pits.
That's a job?
Yes.
Dave, that sounds like a job you would have,
Well,
in a retirement job.
It sounds like you could automate that with a computer just by, having big speakers or something.
Maybe.
But why when you could do it? That sounds so dope.
I'm probably going to pronounce this next one wrong, but I'm a prosthetist orthotist. So I make Forrest Gump's braces and Lieutenant Dan's legs. There's no better feeling than having a patient come in a wheelchair, missing a leg, and having them walk out of the office on their own.
Nice.
So that one's a cool one.
It is.
This is kind of the same as the flavorist. It says, my sister-in-law is the nose for Yankee Candle. So when a vat of scented wax is ready, she sniffs it and makes sure it's right.
Oh my God.
Okay, that's kind of cool. Yeah. With the nose for Yankee Candle.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
A couple more here. This says, I'm a fire sprinkler tech. I could fill a book with what the general public doesn't know. For instance, unlike the movies and TV shows, pulling a pull station does not set off the sprinklers. And then they go on with some more fun details.
Right. That's funny.
And then we'll just end on this one. It says, I once met a professional ice sculptor who made a killing at corporate events and weddings because it's such a niche skill and they pay a ton of money. Because, I mean, how many people have that skill? And you only see ice sculptures at these bougie, fancy events. You know?
That's true. Yeah. I've never thought about that one.
These were cool.
That was cool, Jenny. Thank you. It is 101.3 KDWB and worldwide on iHeartRadio. We are getting geared up for one of our favorite parts of the week, No Phone Screener Friday. That'll be coming up in a minute, but we'll get you warmed up. Get on the phone right now, 651-989-KDWB. You get on KDWB, and your voice will be heard all over the world on iHeartRadio and all over the Twin Cities and Western Wisconsin on your regular radio. What do you want to talk about? You can talk about anything. You can bring up anything. You can comment on Bailey or Jenny or Vaughn or me. You can say something about the state fair. You can bring up something that you discovered about the state fair. You cannot plug your event. You cannot plug your business. You cannot plug your kids' Instagram. You can't do anything like that. But anything else, you're pretty much open game. Yeah. And that is pretty much it. Call me now for No Phone Screener Friday, 651-989-KDWB, while we do Dave's Dirt.
The Dave Ryan Show, 101.3 KDWB.
Brought to you by Nicolay Law Offices. Chapel Roan, who's talked about needing time off, has canceled 2 European shows. She blamed that old standby scheduling conflicts. And then earlier this week, she was expressing her anger at intrusive fans, and there's fear that she could become the next Christina Grimmie. Remember her? She was shot by a crazed fan at some autograph signing meet and greet. Just a horrible, terrible story. This summer, TikTok encouraged Swifties to participate in a game centered on Taylor Swift. Many that competed all 11 tasks of the game are getting tickets to the final show on the Eras Tour. I guess, I don't know what you had to do for this challenge, but I guess it was a big deal.
Heard that one.
College football has started. Saturday's big noon kickoff on Fox will feature a performance by Machine Gun Kelly. Before the game, West Virginia host number 8 Penn State in the midday showdown. Gophers lost to the Tar Heels last night. It was like 17-19, so
it was close.
We watched a little bit of it, but, you know, preseason football is sloppy. You know what I mean? It's sloppy. And it's not really preseason. I get that one. Britney Spears' biopic based on last year's memoir, The Woman in Me, could star Emma Roberts, Timothy Chalamet, and Drew Barrymore. Emma, whose aunt is Julia Roberts, has endorsed that suggestion by Britney's longtime personal assistant. And so I thought that they were going to put Sabrina Carpenter in as that one.
I feel like everything I've heard about it, they always bring up some new person to be the lead. So I don't think they have any idea, and they probably haven't really put anything in stone at all.
I did a deep dive on Sabrina Carpenter last night because I love her music. And I didn't know that she's 25 years old. Her first album that came out 10 years ago when she was 15.
Wow.
Did anybody else know this?
I knew it was a long time ago because one of the first things I ever did on the radio station was when I started on the show and I went and saw her at the Mall of America and I hung out with her for a little bit afterwards. So she was still like very young. And that was 8 years ago. So I know she's been doing it for a while. So it's like, it's awesome to see her finally blowing up.
Really blowing up. And somebody said, well, you're a Nepo baby, which means you got into the business like Willow and Jaden Smith because your parents are famous. Her aunt is Nancy Cartwright, the voice of Bart Simpson.
Oh,
I don't
really?
know how many doors that would open.
My aunt is Bart Simpson. Does that get me anywhere?
I thought that was kind of cool. All right, that's it. No Phone Screener Friday on KDWB. Here's the way it works. You get on the radio. We don't screen you. A lot of radio stations, nearly all of them, when you get on the radio, they answer the phone off the air. They get your name. They find out what you're going to talk about, and then they put you on a computer. They've given this the phone screening process. This one, throwing the rules out the window. We're going to answer the phones live. You will be on the radio live to say whatever you want to within reason. Let's start off and see how it goes. Sometimes it's a toxic dumpster fire, and other times it's a lot of fun. KDWB, you're on No Phone Screener Friday. What's your name?
Becky.
Becky, what are you going to talk about?
Okay, when did it become normal for people to stop in the middle of an intersection
Where did this happen?
Yeah.
Where people are stopping to the middle of the intersection for why?
Because they're waiting, it's a intersection before a light, and so they're waiting for the light. Well, I'm trying to turn onto that street, and it happens every day on Century and 17th.
I think what she means is when you can't move forward past the intersection, so people will put, you're not supposed to enter the intersection unless you can get to the other side.
Right.
I've got a little pet peeve. We were at the airport last night, and there's a lot of people traveling. The pickup line at MSP is the most ridiculous ever. Everybody waits because their person's not quite there to be picked up yet. So they get in line and they crawl up to the passenger pickup arrival flights to pick up their passenger because they're not there yet. You're not supposed to do that. There's what they call a cell phone lot over on Post Road that you're supposed to wait there. Then your person calls you from door 3 and says, hey, I'm here. I'm at door 3. Then you go over to door 3, but you can't get close to door 3 because of all the knotheads that are there picking up people that aren't there yet. Does that make sense?
I'm guilty of that.
Why do you do that?
Just because I don't feel like spinning I didn't know that existed, but I don't feel like spinning the block, waiting for whoever. I'm waiting for my mom to come out the airport. So I'll sit there and I'll wait. And then the airport guy will be like, move up, move up. Then I get to the front. I'm like, dang, I got to go back around.
Yeah, that's the way you're supposed to do it. Go wait in the cell phone lot over on Post Road. Seriously. Jenny, you seem like the kind of person who does Avant.
No, I don't, because I wait until they tell me that they're waiting at the baggage to leave my house to go pick them up.
Oh, is that good? Even better.
Like that.
All right. No Phone Screener Friday, KDWB. What is your name?
My name is Taylor.
Taylor, what's up?
What's up? We are just on the drive to pick some stuff up from Menards and wanted to wish the wife a happy Friday at work.
What's your wife's name?
Wife's name is Victoria.
Happy birthday. Is it birthday, did you say?
Just a happy work day.
Just a happy work day.
Happy birthday.
I love that. Thank you, Taylor. No phone. She will do anything. No Phone Screener Friday. What's your name?
My name is Tanner King.
Okay, Tanner, what's up?
My fiance is the one who keeps calling in and meowing to you guys and keeps you put on blast. Her name is Izzy Swenson.
So Izzy Swenson is the one who will call and will say, hello, you're on the radio, and she'll go, meow.
Yes, she keeps going meow, meow. Meow, meow. And that's her in the background.
Put Izzy on.
What I want to say is we are getting married in 5 weeks, and I think this helps her de-stress. So I was letting her get away with it until now.
Until now.
Why, though?
Put Izzy on the phone for a moment,
Yeah.
will you?
Here's Izzy.
Hi.
Hi, do it for us. Do it.
Meow, meow.
Oh,
Meow, meow.
What motivated you to do this, Izzy?
I don't really know.
It's good to know there's a sane person behind all of this. Izzy, we love you. Thanks for being on. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. No Phone Screener Friday. You're up next. What's your name?
Nate.
Nate, what's up?
Well, I just want to say I know how you feel when it comes to your son leaving for L.A. My son is the same age as yours, and he moves to L.A. on Sunday, and I'm kind of sad about it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's tough. Is it your last kid out of the house, Nate?
It is not. I have one more, and she's talking about when she gets done with school, possibly moving to L.A. as well, where her friend is. And I live in Florida now, and I've listened to you guys, well, to you since day one. But it makes me want to have to move to California, but I don't know if I could ever leave Southwest Florida now.
Yeah, you know, it is tough when your kids move away, but I think the one thing that I learned, Nate, and you know this, is that they're so happy, they're so excited, that I learned that if I made it more about how Carson felt and less about me being sad, then that made it a little bit easier. So, but I feel you, my friend.
Yeah, that's what I did. I told him I wish him well. I want him to find his own path and be the man that he inspires to be, and us as parents will always be here if he ever needs it.
Well, I see a bright future for him. I see him spinning a sign that says $1 off chicken.
Ooh.
He's going to stand outside of a chicken place and spin a sign that says $1 off chicken. It's going to be great. He's got a good future.
I mean, if he doesn't eat them all first.
Hey, good luck. Thank you, Nate. Have a good day. KDWB, you're on No Phone Screener Friday. What's your name?
Justin.
Justin, what's up?
You know, we actually crossed paths and met Dave in person at Surly at a Special Olympics event. And just wanted to say hi.
Oh, well, I'm glad you did. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we've done a lot of stuff with Special Olympics. We used to do the Dave Ryan 5K for Special Olympics.
The one at Surly was the Dave Ryan No K. Remember?
That was the no K, yeah. Because we were like, okay, let's do a no K where you don't run at all, but you still get a shirt, and that was fun. So thank you, my friend. KDWB, you're on No Phone Screener Friday. What's your name?
Gina.
Gina, what's up?
Sunday's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
What are the big plans, Gina?
I don't have anything planned, but on Monday, my family is planning a birthday barbecue for me.
Ooh. Yeah.
That
It's going to be perfect weather on Sunday, too.
Yeah, it's Labor Day, so.
Is it a landmark birthday, Gina?
My mom said that I was born on Labor Day.
Okay.
Oh.
But you're not turning 30 or 40 or 50 or some round number.
No, I'm going to be 49.
Okay.
49,
almost. One more year
So
of
close.
good life, and then it's just parts start
Down.
falling off you.
Oh my
Things are
gosh.
body parts are sagging you didn't even know you had. It's like,
Oh.
what?
Oh, gosh.
Wow.
That
Hey,
just starts to happen when you turn 50 out of nowhere.
50,
It's like, here you go.
you wake up that morning all excited because it's your birthday,
Yep.
and you're like, your uvula is sagging. You're
Your
like, you know
butt
what?
falls
My
off.
uvula is sagging.
Oh,
How did that
God.
happen? All right, a couple of more here. No Phone Screener Friday. You're on the radio. What's your name?
My name's Ashley.
Ashley, what's up?
I did the Taylor Swift challenge with my Corgie's Instagram page. Oh my goodness, it was so hard.
What was the Taylor Swift challenge?
So, you know how she has each album that she came out with?
Yeah.
So each week was a different album. And you had to like a post or view a post from the Eras tour. And then you had to add music to your Spotify and share something. But then you also had to make a TikTok, obviously, with one of her songs from that era, except for the two she technically doesn't own yet.
Okay. Do you find that? I mean, you're a Swiftie, so you thought it was fun, but I really don't like it when it's like, hey, you want to win a free bottle of Mr. Clean? What you have to do is you have to like this post, share this post, follow us.
Comment
and
with a
then
friend,
comment.
yeah.
And it's like, can't I just put my name in a drawing?
Yeah.
I think radio stations do that all the time. Share this post, like this post, make a comment,
Well, that's
and then
marketing.
do a TikTok.
You got to work for it.
Yeah. I always just give up.
Just going to give tickets.
Yeah. Did you win anything?
No, not yet.
Okay, well, good luck.
Not yet. Good luck to you, yeah.
Good luck. No Phone Screener Friday on KDWB. What's your name?
Sarah.
Sarah? Yeah? What's up?
So I'm a police officer in the Twin Cities, and I want to talk super quick about when we have our red lights and sirens on, because we're seeing a trend where drivers are no longer pulling over to the right, and if they are, they're not stopping. They're still driving, which especially on the highway is an issue, because if I'm trying to exit on an exit and you're driving in the right lane, oftentimes we're having to cut off cars or slam on our brakes and then go behind cars. So I just wanted to remind people you're supposed to pull over and stop completely because we're trying to obviously get to where we're going.
Why do you think, what is the theory, Officer Sarah, on why people are not pulling over when they hear or see the sirens?
I don't know. I mean, they're obviously still teaching it in driving schools, so our newer drivers are doing it, but I think a lot of people just don't care to stop or completely stop, and they assume that we're going to go by them fast enough that they can just keep driving.
I don't understand that. How can people not understand? You see an ambulance, fire truck, or cop behind you.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the time, you're not really paying attention because you're not expecting it. But when you hear the roar and you look in your rear view mirror, well, then you slide over to the right.
Yeah.
How hard is that? I'll be honest with you. I wasn't quite aware that I needed to come to a complete stop, so thanks for the reminder.
Well, I didn't know that you were supposed to, honestly, on the highway, I thought it was like a safety, like it would be a hazard to stop on the highway. So I've like gotten over to a far lane to let a cop pass or something. But I don't think I ever stopped because I feel like that could cause like some kind of weird buildup for other people who aren't stopping fast enough. So now I know you got to stop.
If it's not safe, I mean, if there's tons of cars, obviously slow down as much as you can. But just so often I still have people going 50 miles an hour on a highway just in the right lane. And it's hard to exit in front of them or behind them because they're still going at a pretty high speed. So we just ask that you move all the way over and slow down as best you can. And if you can come to a stop safely, that's what you're supposed to be doing.
Okay.
Fabulous.
Thank you, Officer Sarah. I really had, and thanks for what you do. We appreciate you. KDWB, No Phone Screener Friday. What's your name?
My name's Jackie.
Jessie.
I'm here with my two daughters, Lucy, Nora.
Jackie and two. Wait, I'm talking over you. I'm sorry. Your name is Jackie, and who's listening with you?
What's your name? She's being shy. She's 10. She's Lucy.
Lucy and okay.
And Nora.
Nora.
Okay.
They're big fans of your show, and when I told them we could call in to get on No Phone Screener Friday, they laughed and said, they'll never answer. And I came downstairs, and they said, turn off the radio. And I said, I'm going to tell Dave you said that.
Uh-oh.
And I said, they're doing No Phone Screener Friday. I'm going to call them.
I'm glad you did. Now they got to talk so they can go back and listen to the podcast and hear their voice on the radio. So make sure, can you get them to talk right now?
Say something, Nora. Say, I'm so excited to go back to school next week.
I'm so excited to go back to school next week.
There it is.
There you go. Good job, Nora.
Nice.
Thank
I'm going to
you.
be on the radio.
You are on the radio, so go listen to the podcast. We'll do a couple more on No Phone Screener Friday. KDWB, you're on the radio. What's your name?
Hey, my name is Tony. My question is just for you, Dave. Sorry, kind of random. Just wondering, since you've been in your line of work for like so many years, does it faze you when you meet celebrities in person anymore? Or?
No, I'm not fazed by celebrities. I am not. Some people will wet their pants with joy when they'll meet a celebrity, and I'm just not. I mean, I worked with. I'll give you an example. Pat Eberts, R.I.P. Great guy. He was such a celebrity fiend that I remember one time that we got a chance to meet Brooke Shields, and we had a row of tables between us and Brooke Shields. She walks into the room to promote some sort of interview show she's doing. Pat saw her. He leapt, or he wouldn't go around the tables. He went over the tables to rush up to Brooke Shields to say, hello, Miss Shields. It is so great to meet you. And I'm like, Pat, calm down. No, I've just never been. Celebrities are, to me, they're impressive, but they're just also just people. Mm-hmm. And I also try not to, Tony, act like I've been to town before. Somebody taught me one time, act like you've been to town before. And so when you meet, I don't know, Sabrina Carpenter, you don't go, Miss Carpenter. It's like, hey, hi, Sabrina. So, yeah.
I remember one time you had mentioned that you met, is it Donnie Wahlberg?
Yeah, Donnie Wahlberg, yeah.
Yeah. So I was like,
Yeah, he was a jerk. He was probably the worst celebrity I ever met. He was so rude. I was doing a backstage interview with him with a little digital recorder that it honestly did resemble an electric shaver. And so I was like holding it like a microphone, like, hi, hey, you excited about the show? And he's like, get that out of my face. When you trying to shave me? And then he looked at Joey McIntyre like, aren't I funny? And Joey's like, yeah, you're funny. And so he's like, put that on the table. Don't put it in my face. So I put the recorder on the table. And of course, the interview sounded like this because the microphone was
so far away.
Donnie Wahlberg might be your favorite new kid, but he's a PRICK in person, just to let you know. All right. Hey, Tony, thanks for, good to know in case you ever meet him. Thanks for talking to us. That is going to wrap it up for, how did No Phone Screener Friday do today?
A little bit better than previous weeks, I would say.
It's kind of a grab bag for sure.
It was definitely a grab bag.
I feel like we closed the chapter on one of our favorite TV shows because we've been wondering for weeks who the meow meow chick was.
And here it is.
And now
we know.
It's Izzy. It is KDWB. Thanks for calling in for No Phone Screener Friday. Just a reminder that Bailey, Vaughn, tell us about your state fair schedule this weekend so people can go by and see you kids at the state fair.
I'll be kicking it off tomorrow, noon to 7. I'll be at the state fair. I'll be there literally all day. So you have no excuse not to come by, say hey, and buy one of our KDWB shirts. I'm gonna grab a little arrow thing and spin it. Come buy a shirt.
You think you should? You should do it.
And
Bailey?
then I'll be there on Sunday from 3 to 6, and then on Monday from 1 to 3.
And I'll be there Monday also 3 to 6.
Wow. You guys, I mean, seriously, I've gone to the state fair 4 times, and now I feel like I need to go back again.
Come meet me, Dave.
Maybe I will. I don't know what we're doing this weekend. Jenny's supposed to be working on a plan for me to do
I'm
this
trying to think of
weekend.
something for him to do.
I got no plans. I have no idea what to do. Vaunt is about to stir the pot. Vaunt, what's on your mind?
I want to talk about the cell phone ban that a lot of schools are implementing this year. We briefly talked about it the other day, but I think it's dumb. I think kids should always have their phones on them when they're in school because you see so many emergencies and stuff happening, but there's a lot of people like, no, kids' education has been better without their phones. No, I don't care. When I have kids, you will be allowed to have your phone on you at all times.
Why?
Because you never know what could happen. And you need to be able to call your mom, call your dad, call your guardian when something happens, just in case.
Do you think you say that because you grew up with a phone in school?
No. I've seen so much stuff of what's happened on TV. And there's people that are going to be like, oh, but if there's an emergency, the secretary will call. The secretary can't call everybody's mom at one time.
I see that, but I do think that the one outweighs the other. Personally, I think that the distraction in the classroom outweighs the minuscule risk of something so urgently happening that you need to call your mom. That's me.
I feel like we all have car insurance. We don't plan to get in accidents, but we have car insurance just in case it happens and you're protected. So in the event that something might happen, an emergency at school where a teacher or a nurse or a secretary can't call your parent immediately, having your phone on you is a safe proof. Having it like tucked away in your locker, because you never know when you'll be able to get to your locker if something was to happen.
Okay. What do you think? There's a lot of teachers who would like to weigh in on this one, I'm sure. But yeah, Vaughn, stirring the pot. That I think that you're probably in the minority, but not a great minority. I think a lot of people think the same way that you do.
Yeah, I feel like if you're a teenager in school, you want to keep your phone for sure. But if I was a teacher, I would not want the kids in my classroom to have their phones. I know a lot of teachers, and one of them, he's like a newer teacher, and he literally said the other day I saw him, and he's like, yeah, I wanted to be the cool guy who was like, yeah, you can have your phone out. I trust you to get your work done, blah, blah, blah. I'm a cool teacher. And then he's like, this isn't working. No phones in my class because it's not working at all. You're all looking at your phone all the time and you're trying to be coy about it. But he just collects them in a basket like when they walk in. So they're still in the room. Yeah. So I guess like if there was an emergency, you can grab your phone.
That's a good compromise, yeah. Yeah, because I think teachers all the time, they're like, it's hard to teach.
Yeah.
Because everybody's got their eyes on their phone.
Yeah, no one's listening.
They're not listening, yeah.
What grade does he teach?
He teaches high school.
Okay, that would make a lot of sense. Yeah, I would say I am a little bit more on Vaughn's side of kids being able to have access to their phone, but I would say the basket deal feels fair.
It's smart.
As long as if they're in the classroom still, you could like grab it if you needed it in an emergency, but to not physically have them on you.
Bunch of differing text messages, and we can go off on this for a really long time, but we probably won't because we've kind of covered it before. Vaughn, you're going to be a nightmare parent one day for teachers. Another one. This is a really good point. You said it's kind of like having car insurance. You really need it, even when you need it. But they say your car insurance will never distract you.
Yes. Your car insurance will never distract you.
I mean, that's something that you have to just, I guess, teach your kid, hey, don't have your phone out. And every kid will do it. But
a bunch of this when cell phones are so awful in school. Kids have no self-restraint. They don't listen to the teachers to put them away. So many messages to meet up in the bathroom, to various fights. It's become so bad. Vaughn, I agree. My daughter's a junior. I told her I don't care what the rule is. I want her to keep her phone on her. I'd rather be safe than sorry. Boy Scouts, right, Dave? Well, it's called be prepared. But I also think that I'll be honest with you, when you're in school, you're probably a lot safer than you are in a lot of other places. And I know when things get unsafe, they become tragically, drastically unsafe. But I think for the most part, when you're in school, you are probably about as safe as you're going to be statistically.
If you're distracted by the phone or if you're on the phone all the time and a teacher takes it away, that's your fault. But if I'm not on my phone, because I'm going to teach my kids, don't be on your phone if you don't need to be on your phone, then you will have it just in case there will be an emergency.
They're not going to listen to that. They're going to be like, I've got my phone. Because kids, they're kids. I would do the same thing. I'd be like, yeah, okay, Dad, I'm not going to be on my phone. And then I'd be on my phone.
It's a never-ending debate. And I think that a lot of schools are going, we got to do something about it.
Yeah.
Vaughn, way to stir the pot on KDWB. Appreciate that. All over the world on the iHeartRadio app. By the way, the State Fair has set an attendance record for the third time this year. I will tell you that we went on Sunday. It was about as crowded as I'd ever seen the State Fair. Where is the most crowded stretch of the State Fair? My own personal opinion from experience is the stretch between the haunted house and the animal barns. That road right there, there's a slight hill so you can see all of the heads bobbing up and down. That to me is always the most crowded stretch of the State Fair.
Yeah, and it's easy to suss that out because you can see because of the hill and everyone stops to take a photo of all the people.
Yes.
So it makes it even more convoluted in there. Also, like the place around the ballpark where it's kind of like the center near like grandstand kind of area. always super packed by like corn and everything. Yeah.
We saw a live pig, Jenny, being born yesterday. We went to the Miracle of Birth barn yesterday. And there was like, let's look at there's little sheep and little. I had to explain, Carson, there's a difference between what's a lamb. He's like, what's a lamb? And I said, well, that's a baby sheep. And then a kid is a baby goat. He had no idea. And then I had to explain what, like lamb, when you order lamb in a restaurant, you're eating a baby sheep. Did you know this?
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah. When you eat veal is a baby cow. It's a baby cow, baby steer.
No more.
Veal.
I don't want to hear anymore.
Is milk fed.
I want to go to this restaurant and enjoy my food and not think about babies.
Did you know a Cornish game hen? There's no such thing as a Cornish game hen.
What?
They're not from Cornwall?
Have you ever heard of a Cornish game hen?
Yeah.
There's no such thing.
Yeah.
It's a baby, immature chicken. But it doesn't sound good to say an immature chicken.
It's immature.
It is. Well, they have a bad attitude.
Yeah, they make a lot of fart sounds like in the middle of class, and they disrupt.
Anyway, I thought I'd pass that along. We saw the baby pig, Jenny, being born yesterday.
What was the noise? Give me an example of the noise.
Splurt. Basically,
it was splurt. The pig wasn't squealing when it came out?
No.
It was just splurt?
We were probably about 10 feet away, and there were people watching and trying to get an angle on it. And they're like, oh, there's like a young veterinarian, and she's there, like, ready to catch. And this thing, I mean, it squirted out of there like you had a hot tamale in your mouth and spit it out. It came flying out of there.
Are you being serious right now, or don't you kind of pull them out?
Not this time.
They come shooting out like baseball to a catcher or something?
It kind of came shooting out of there, yeah. I'm not making this up. In this time, anyway.
Gross.
All right, The Daily Bailey on KDWB. What do you got, Bailey J?
All right, I know I'm a little pressed for time, but it's funny because Vaughn brings up phones, and I actually want to bring up phones as well. There is a new phone that's on the market that's a Barbie-themed flip phone. Have y'all heard about this Barbie-themed flip phone? No? Okay, so it's in the UK right now, but there's a company called Human Mobile Devices, and they just unveiled this Barbie flip phone on Wednesday, and it is just like a regular flip phone that you would have gotten in 2008. And it takes away all of your internet access. All it has is calling and texting. So it doesn't have any internet or the ability to install social media apps at all. But it's this pink, adorable flip phone that you still have to T9 text on. And what I've been seeing people talk about it is that they would totally get that as their kid's first phone. Because then you can call and you can text if necessary, but you can't get obsessed with the Instagram app and things like that. So would you guys go back and get a flip phone knowing what you know about smartphones now?
Knowing what I know, yeah, but then the problem is I'd have the only kid with a flip phone.
That's
and it's kind of like
true,
having the Walmart version of the Stanley tumbler. And so my kid would be like, "You're stupid. Your dad got you a flip phone. Let's all make fun of him." So it would be tough.
I guess. I wouldn't want to get made fun of, but it's pink. At least it's pink.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, "Hi, Barbie," when you open the phone.
Okay. I mean, maybe.
I think that sounds cool. And it's only $130, which seems very reasonable, being as my phone was $800 for a smartphone, which is insane.
I think my first phone ever was a pink Razor phone.
The one you flip?
Yep.
Oh, my God.
And
I think we had the same phone.
It was very thin. And we probably got it at the same time because I got a cell phone way later in life than all of my other friends because I had to pay for it myself if I wanted a cell phone.
Oh,
so
snap.
I don't know. I guess mostly I use my phone for information that I need in an instant.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I love a smartphone. I could wean myself off social media apps.
Sure.
But it's more like, I need to Google map this.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you remember, Jenny, Cha-Cha, where you would text in whatever the numbers are for Cha-Cha and you would ask questions Googling?
No.
So you could say how many feet are in a yard, and then somebody over at Cha-Cha headquarters would Google it for you.
Really?
And then send you an answer.
Is that the OG Siri?
Kind of. Yeah, because you wouldn't talk to it. You would just text in this CHA, and it would look up the information for you before smartphones existed. I used Cha-Cha incessantly because we always say before smartphones existed, before the internet or whatever, if you didn't know something, you just didn't know something. And now you have all of the information in the world at your fingertips. And Cha-Cha was a taste of having all of the information of the world.
Very, very interesting.
Good times, great oldies, you guys.
Yeah. All right, let's do the Mixtape Game on KDWB.
It's the Mixtape Game. Not like that.
On the Dave Ryan Show.
On 101.3 KDWB.
Hey, thanks for listening. We appreciate you. Thanks for all the text messages anytime at KDWB1. Jenny is doing the Mixtape Game
I'm hosting,
today.
yes.
You're going to throw out a scenario. The three of us, Dave, Bailey, and Vaughn, have to come up with the perfect song to play on the mixtape as this is happening. Let's get started.
All right, you're starting your first year as a second grade teacher, and already on day one, a kid told you your hair is ugly, another nailed you with a spitball to the eye, and another knocked over your Starbucks that you barely have a sip of, and it costs half your teacher's salary. What song plays in your head as you look out at your classroom and wonder if you made a huge mistake choosing this career path? Dave, you go ahead.
Well, I'm very annoyed because these little, what, the second graders?
Second grade.
Okay, they're old enough to know better, but still they're a pain in the neck. So I would look out at these kids, these sea of kids. They're starting to smell bad. I'm not sure I want to do this, but if I'm going to do it, we're going to do it my way. I'm not going to take this, you little ishes. And I do that thing where you raise your hand up, your right hand goes over your left shoulder as if you're going to backhand them. You know what I mean?
You can't do that in 2024.
No.
I just did.
I know you did.
My class,
you also
Mr.
did
Ryan.
that to Bailey at the fair yesterday.
Yeah.
In front of people.
I don't care. She needed it. I was like, okay. I take my right hand, the back of my hand facing Bailey, put it up over my left shoulder, and I said, you're asking for it.
You do the wind up?
You're cruising for a bruising.
Don't make me.
All right, so that's my song.
So you're saying you'd be the worst teacher in the entire world.
Or the best. Or the best.
Okay, Bailey, you go next.
Okay. So these second graders, they're wild, but it's a calling. It's a calling to be a teacher. Bailey, you're going to make it through this. While this day isn't going well, that doesn't mean every day won't go well. You're doing it for the kids, and they're the purest of souls. This is only day one. They're hellions now, but they won't always be. I just need to keep holding on. It's for the kids. I forgot about the song. They're here to learn.
Oh, God, you're such a snowflake.
No!
Backhand them
Put
kids.
Bailey's song back on.
Do the wind up. Do the wind up.
We're not good.
Don't you make me do it. Kevin.
Okay, Kevin, sit down.
It's okay, Katie. I respect you as a second grader anyway.
All right. Can I win now, Jenny?
Yeah. All right, Vaughn, your first year as a second grade teacher, day one, a kid told you your hair is ugly, another nailed you with a spitball, someone else knocked over your Starbucks. What song plays in your head as you look out at the classroom and wondering if you made a huge mistake choosing this career path?
Oh, second graders are brutal. Kids at that age, they just snot everywhere. They're so rude. And yesterday, I just had to eat a cookie off the ground at the state fair. Now, you're saying my hair is ugly? Ow, I just got a loogie in my eye. I'm just going to look at the camera, the imaginary camera, break the fourth wall, and this song plays.
Cause you had a bad day, you take one down, you sing a sad song,
Just pouting around the room.
you said you don't know.
Whatever, Kevin. Go eat your cheese balls.
Kevin is ugly also. There's one ugly kid.
He told me my hair is ugly.
Kevin, you ugly, okay?
He said
Kevin,
my hair was ugly.
You fell out of an ugly tree, hit every branch on the way down, Kevin.
I see your mama. She ugly, too.
Oh, yeah, your mama's ugly, too. Yeah.
Stop it. Cut his mic.
I can't. He has control of the buttons.
Well, there's a reason why.
You could just tell me I win now.
Yeah, Bailey wins.
What? Are you serious?
A, she's the only person I would ever want to be a teacher of the four of us.
Why?
Because she's Bailey. And B, her song was spot on for the situation. It's your
Whatever.
first day. You don't just get to quit. You got to hold on.
You chose this life, you guys. There's nothing you can say, nothing you can do.
Oh, God. Please.
All right. Bailey is definitely not going to be a music teacher, though.
No choir, nothing.
Okay, second scenario. You went to the state fair so many times and ate so much food that now you're dreaming about it at night. Tell me what happens in your dream and what song is playing. Bailey, you go ahead.
Oh, there's never too many trips to the fair. Beards, curds, fries, deep-fried goodness at every corner. My brain knows I've been eating like garbage, though, so it comes to me in my dreams, nudging me towards the only real healthy option at the fair, dipped in butter and doused in salt. Of course, Bailey, eat corn.
It's cold.
Is this a song? What are they saying?
It went viral.
I can tell you all
It was a little kid. He got interviewed about something, and he was like, it's corn. And then somebody remixed it, made it a whole song.
Jenny knew what it was. I knew she would know.
It's like a 7-year-old kid.
Okay, I kind of remember that. That is a good choice. That's a cute one.
All right, Vaughn, tell me about what's happening in your dream after spending so much time at the fair.
Oh my gosh. A giant jumbo thing of French fries, sweet Marthas, and then there's a pork chop on a stick. Pork chops on a stick flying everywhere in my head, but I needed something to wash that down too. So now I hear this song.
I was tired of my lady.
And then I see the pork chops flying. I see the deep fried ranch and the honey drizzling all on me. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. Is this really happening? Is this a dream? Oh, too many cocktails too. Oh my gosh. This has to be a dream. Oh.
We wait for the chorus.
Yeah, I don't know why it's taking so long to come in. Deep fried what?
If you like pina colada.
Oh.
Is there a storm coming?
I'm so full. I think I'm gonna hurt.
Oh, God, get over it. Jeez.
A lot of buildup with that one.
A lot of buildup.
I thought the song was
I feel like I shouldn't have been in that dream, honestly. I felt a little uncomfortable at first until you got sick. Then I realized which direction we were going. But at first I was like, what kind of dream is this?
Yeah, the honey drizzling. I was like, huh?
All right, David, you went to the state fair so many times and ate so much food that now you're dreaming about it. Tell me what happens in your dream and what song's playing.
In my dream, I just can't stop. There's food all over me. I'm in bed for some reason, but I'm surrounded, covered with pork chop on a stick, with Australian potato planks, with Scotch eggs, and I just keep eating. I can't stop.
Get yourself an egg and beat it. Have some more chicken, have some more pie.
Yes, please.
It doesn't matter if it's boiled or fried. Just eat it. Just eat it. Just eat it. Just eat it.
I am proud to accept this win. So thank you very much, Jenny. We appreciate that. We'll be right back with more of the Dave Ryan Show.
No, sir. Too bad. That's not how this goes.
Can the judge speak now?
Well, okay, fine.
Thank you. So I wanted, out of the options from you guys, I wanted to really understand what your dream was like. And if it was a nightmare dream, if it was a fun dream, whatever. And I needed that visual aspect of it to really sell me. So the person who sold me the most on their dream is going to be Dave.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm in a bed.
Yeah.
It's a greasy bed. And there's food everywhere. Poutine.
You want to know why?
Poutine in the bed.
You sold me because you had me thinking about Austin Powers and One Fat Bastard sitting in the bed just eating like chicken wings and stuff and he can't move. That's what I was visioning you in this dream. And so I don't love your song. It's so cliche. It's so cliche. But you sold me on the dream. So congratulations. Bailey and Dave tied today for the win.
Okay.
I get bullied in this game every single week. I'm going to the council.
Listen to how bad your choice was, though. This was your choice.
This was a good
This
choice.
was your choice about a dream about eating at the fair?
It just took a while to come in. If it would have started immediately at the chorus, you would have liked it
load
better.
the songs. You should have had
Shut
it
up,
set
Jenny.
up better than
Shut up, Jenny. I had to load Days. I had to load Bailey's. Can't do it all.
Excuses.
I know. I get it. I do the same when it's your turn to judge.
All right. Thank you, Jenny.
What,
It
lose?
is the Mixtape Game. Coming back, I have a question for you. Very simple, out-of-nowhere question. Maybe you've been ghosted before, where all of a sudden it's just like you thought everything was great, and then you after date number 3, they just don't answer you anymore. But let's flip the script a little bit. Why did you ghost someone? Were they just falling in love too fast and it kind of scared you and creeped you out? Did they chew with their mouth open? Did they keep bringing up their ex? Why did you ghost someone? I'd love to hear you. If you want to send me a talkback on the talkback feature on the iHeartRadio app, use that. or call 651-989-KDWB. Or easiest thing, if you want to do it, text us. Send me a text at KDWB1. Tell us why you ghosted them.
Get ready to win your way to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, and $1,000.
Just added to the superstar lineup, The Weekend.
Give it up for The Weekend.
A$AP Rocky, and a special performance by Coldplay's Chris Martin.
iHeartRadio, thank you for being here.
All part of an incredible weekend full of headliners.
Big Sean.
Camila Cabello, Doja Cat, Dua Lipa, Gwen Stefani, Halsey,
Hosier. Keith Urban.
New Kids on the Block.
Paramore,
The Black Crows. Thomas Rhett.
Victoria Monet, and once-in-a-lifetime moments you'll have to see to believe.
September 20th and 21st.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Buy tickets now at AXS.com.
Keep listening. The next chance to win your way there and $1,000 spending cash is coming up.
One of the most anticipated live music events of the year.
You have to see this to believe it.
Brought to you by Hyundai's lineup of electric vehicles. Electrifying your summer and your journey to the iHeartRadio Music Festival.
All right. That's a cookie. That's got a footprint on it. Font. Come here. Look.
No, I don't want to do this.
You have to.
I don't want to do this.
Eat the cookie.
Here we go.
Eat it. It's a spatula.
There's a
Yeah, I
trash
don't think you
can
need a
right
spatula. Here we go. Ready?
I'll pick it up.
Ready?
Eat it.
Wait, hold on, show it because there's like a shoe mark in it.
Oh. John, it was by garbage.
I don't want to do this.
You know somebody pissed on that.
Stop it. Just a bite, right? That's it?
No,
Yeah,
eat
you-
the whole thing.
I'm not eating the
Stuff it
whole
in your
thing.
mouth. Stick it in your mouth. Stick it in your mouth. Hurry up. Hurry. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Oh, please.
All
Oh,
right.
What's
Does it taste like urine?
No, but it tastes like dirt. It does taste like dirt.
Eat it.
No, you put your tongue out.
Oh, Bailey, shut up!
Have some, Bailey.
I don't want any. I didn't lose.
You don't want any now?
I didn't lose.
You fight me for food every day.
Yeah, but not this.
This is disgusting. I'm not eating the whole thing.
Throw it in the garbage can.
All right, I lost. I'm not as sexy as everybody else on the show.
All right. That's a cookie. That's got a footprint on it. Font. Come here. Look.
No, I don't want to do this.
You have to.
I don't want to do this.
Eat the cookie.
Here we go.
Eat it. It's a spatula.
There's a
Yeah, I
trash
don't think you
can
need a
right
spatula. Here we go. Ready?
I'll pick it up.
Ready?
Eat it.
Wait, hold on, show it because there's like a shoe mark in it.
Oh. John, it was by garbage.
I don't want to do this.
You know somebody pissed on that.
Stop it. Just a bite, right? That's it?
No,
Yeah,
eat
you-
the whole thing.
I'm not eating the
Stuff it
whole
in your
thing.
mouth. Stick it in your mouth. Stick it in your mouth. Hurry up. Hurry. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Oh, please.
All
Oh,
right.
What's
Does it taste like urine?
No, but it tastes like dirt. It does taste like dirt.
Eat it.
No, you put your tongue out.
Oh, Bailey, shut up!
Have some, Bailey.
I don't want any. I didn't lose.
You don't want any now?
I didn't lose.
You fight me for food every day.
Yeah, but not this.
This is disgusting. I'm not eating the whole thing.
Throw it in the garbage can.
All right, I lost. I'm not as sexy as everybody else on the show.
Or awkward first dates. Joining Events and Adventures is for single people serious about having fun. If you want to enrich your life with wonderful people and amazing experiences, and perhaps meet someone special, then now is the time to join Events and Adventures. So come join us and get started living a life you love at eventsandadventures.com.
Phones weren't made to be broken, but life happens. So if you break your phone, Verizon's got you. Now you can trade in any broken phone from one of their top brands in any condition, guaranteed, and get a great deal on one of their best 5G phones with unlimited ultimate. And if you switch to Verizon at a Minneapolis store, you can get up to $300 in Verizon gift cards when you purchase an eligible smartphone, which means you're not just getting a new phone, but maybe a new phone and a new wireless speaker or a new smartwatch, or you can always be responsible and pay off that monthly bill. But hey, it's your gift card, it's your rules. Switch now and save only at a Minneapolis Verizon store. Requires minimum $799.99 phone purchase on device payment with new smartphone line on unlimited ultimate plan. $300 Verizon e-gift card sent within 8 weeks with port in. Smartphone trade-in must be from Google, Samsung, or Apple. Trade-in and additional terms apply.
Northern Ben Franklin.
Honey, listen to our drain.
Get the Uncloginator.
The what?
Northern Ben Franklin unclogs your drain.
Poking a hole through the muck isn't going to be enough.
They do way more than poke a hole through it.
Oh, yeah?
The Uncloginator annihilates drain clogs.
Really?
And they guarantee it won't clog again for life.
That's crazy.
That's the Uncloginator.
NorthernBenFranklin.com.
Fire up the grill. Labor Day is here, and we're celebrating with big deals on your favorite foods at Cub. This week, 80% lean ground beef is $2.99 per pound, sold in a 3-pound package limit 2. Whole seedless watermelons are $3.99 each. And Pepsi, Coca-Cola, or 7-Up 12-packs are $3.98 each when you buy 4 with MyCub Rewards at checkout. MyCub Rewards members save more. Sign up to start earning fuel rewards and exclusive savings at checkout. See store for details.
Does your insurance company want you to settle fast? Pump the brakes, hold the phone, and call 1-800-ASK-GARY. It's a free accident helpline with your best interest in mind. Don't settle fast for less. Call 1-800-ASK-GARY and tell them Ross sent you.
I don't feel so good.
You do feel hot. Dayquil Kids will take care of that fever.
What about my cough?
Dayquil Kids has that covered.
Will it make my throat feel better?
Yes, that too.
But will it taste good?
Yep, Dayquil Kids comes in your favorite flavor.
Purple?
Well, yes, it's great.
Try new Dayquil Kids Plus Fever. The daytime coughing, aching, sore throat fever just for kids medicine. Safe for kids 6+. Use as directed.
Unbelievably simple internet that keeps you going. Get USI Fiber.
From the Quick Trip Traffic Center.
On 94, we have delays eastbound from 394 to Hennepin Lindale. On 394, it's slow eastbound from Dunwoody to 94. The crosstown tight eastbound from Gleason to Valley View. 35W heavy northbound from 36th Street to 94. And there's an accident northbound at Highway 10 on the right shoulder. I'm Maria Arnold, and that's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Minnesota Department of Public Safety.
Hey, Minnesotans, there are some new changes to the Move Over law, which now requires drivers to slow down and change lanes when approaching any vehicle with hazard lights on, not just emergency or maintenance vehicles. If you can't change lanes safely, you must slow down.
A message from
Today's best music, 101.3 KDWB.
It puts me in a great mood. Yeah, KDWB. The best variety in the Twin Cities. I just love the music. Only the best. It's today's best music. Dave Ryan, I kind of got a thing for him.
Dave Ryan in the morning and today's best music, 101.3 KDWB.
Start listening. Live from the 60th floor of the Space Needle Studios. It's the Dave Ryan Show on 101.3 KDWB.
Why did you ghost somebody? I think it's really interesting because we all hear about, oh, yeah, he ghosted me. Like, I know somebody who they met a guy at the dog park and they had the same dog, and so they kind of bonded. And they went to lunch a couple of times and things seemed to be clicking and nice. And then all of a sudden, poof, gone.
Oh.
And I said, did you two hook up? Because a lot of the time you hook up and then they're like, yeah, great. You know what? I'm just not really looking for anybody right now. And she said, no, but I would have if he would have stayed a little longer.
Yeah.
So why did you ghost someone? Let me talk to Emma. Good morning, Emma.
Hi.
Hi, Emma. Thanks for being on. Why did you ghost someone?
Well, this is a guy, it was about 2 years ago. It was Halloween season. We went to a haunted hayride. And I really don't like that stuff because I get scared way too easy. But he ended up screaming even a higher pitch than I could ever. And that's what did it for me.
And it's kind of like, I think that in a couple, whatever like orientation the couple is, there's one that's the protector and one that wants to be protected. And I think maybe I'm wrong about that, but I think even in a gay relationship or a lesbian relationship, there's one that's the protector. And you wanted to be protected, and this bitch wasn't going to protect anybody, was she?
No.
That's funny. Oh, my God. Thank you, Emma. Have a great weekend.
Of course, you too.
Thank you. Mindy. I'm sorry, Mindy. Why did you ghost someone, Mindy?
So, I'm 40 now, married with 4 kids, but in the younger days, I met a guy, and it was cool. Like, we never went to the bedroom. Like, we just hung out, got to know each other. And then the first time that we did the bedroom, it was so rough that, like, it was so embarrassing, if you get what I mean. And I was like, yeah, I don't like my hair pulled. Sorry. And other places should not have been touched. So I literally blocked him on everything. And I ran into him one time, and I pulled out my phone and acted like I was talking to my mom.
That is a guy that just thinks that, I don't know, he probably watched too much RedTube, and he's probably like, this is what the women want. And maybe his previous girlfriend really liked that, but that is an ignorant lover. That is.
Yeah, I was like, I can't. And I haven't seen him now for years upon years, and I don't want to because it still creeps me out.
I get it. All right. Listen to this, guys. You got to figure out what they want before you start diving in with all the tricks you saw on RedTube. Thank you, Mindy.
And probably ask if you're doing things like hair pulling, and I don't know. Some people are into like choking.
Yeah,
but
you
got to ask about that ahead of time.
Yeah, not the first time either. Like, don't pull out all the bag of tricks your first time.
The tricks.
If you call those tricks,
Well, you know.
All right, let's. Why did you ghost somebody? I think it's really interesting because people talk about getting ghosted, but you never find out why because they ghosted you. So we're asking you, why did you ghost someone? We got a bunch of text messages.
This one says, went to a girl's house, watched her dump her cereal and milk in the garbage. Every time I walked past that trash can, I feel like I could smell spoiled milk. Never talked to her again after that night. Ghosted.
What a weird thing because she dumped her cereal. Who dumps their milk into the
garbage?
Can? Come
What
on.
if it's only like a little bit left?
No, but he said every time.
Okay.
This other text said, I ghosted a guy who wanted to turn me into his mom, who I met on the first date. You should cut your hair like this because it would be so pretty, just like my mom. You should wear clothes that look like this because they would look better on you, just like my mom's.
Whoa.
Ew. No, thank you.
That's a weirdo.
This one's really simple. I ghosted because they always smelled like onions. I wonder why. I mean, I was probably that girl in high school. I was definitely the soup girl. I smelled like soup a lot.
Why?
Why would you smell like soup?
Because I ate a lot of soup. It's delicious.
It doesn't
Good
make
for
you
you.
Smell like soup.
Doesn't
you think?
it? Doesn't it?
Does
if you
it?
eat
What
enough
kind of
of
soup
something.
were you eating?
Like vegetable beef and
Poor
be
Bailey.
fair-
This explains so much about Bailey. The girl that smelled like vegetable beef soup in school and did a lot of theater.
I doubt you smell like soup, but I will say that Dave has been eating a lot of beef stew lately, which is basically just like a beef soup, and it does
Smells so good.
take up the entire room.
But that's when he's eating it. It doesn't like resonate through your body.
No, maybe it does.
I smell like Irish Spring.
Do you?
Yeah, I smell like. Do I?
Do I?
Do I smell like Irish Spring?
Come here, let me smell you.
Get close enough to you to know that answer.
Yeah, you stay over there in your corner of the room.
I do.
Jenny.
I do.
Any more of these? We got to move on. Why did you ghost somebody?
Yeah, one says I ghosted because he aggressively tried to make out with me after the date after walking me in my car. It was so gross and slobbery. So I feel that though. Like, I'll pass moving forward. Thank you. Goodbye.
If you are feeling the end of the summer blues, fall approaches, and you might feel a bit down, all that carefree summer fun is ending, and it's understandable. Like going to the beach is not going to be the same in another month. And the end of summer means back to school, maybe a more rigid work schedule. And, of course, the holidays are looming. But there are ways to beat the seasonal slump. So we are going to pass these along to you to get out of the seasonal slump, which all of a sudden comes on when the kids go back to school and right after Labor Day. We'll cover it for you next.
For more information about contests on this station, go to kdwb.com/rules.
From the Custom One Exterior Weather Center.
If you're sticking in the Twin Cities for Labor Day weekend, it's going to be a gorgeous one. Today's sunny and 81. Tomorrow, sunny and 86. Sunday, it'll be partly sunny, high of 73. And then Monday, sunny and 76.
This report is sponsored by Holiday.
Holiday and Cub are teaming up to fuel your summer. Now through September 7th, Lucky Cub Rewards members will be picked every week to win gas or groceries for the whole summer just for saving on gas at Holiday. Shop at Cub, then fuel up at Holiday for your chance to win. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Hot tubs, hot tubs, hot tubs. Major manufacturers clearance on new 2024 inventory. Friday through Sunday. 2 locations, Medina and Maplewood. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. Hot tubs starting at $2,999. $5. All inventory up to 40 to 80% off. Bypass the markup of the local retailer. See the revolutionary swim spa in action and save up to 60%. Easy on-site financing. Hot tubs at better than state fair prices. Medina Entertainment Center off 55 at Maplewood Mall outside Macy's. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
Holiday and Cub are teaming up to fuel your summer. Cub Rewards members already know your grocery bill can save money on fuel at Holiday. Well, now through September 7th, lucky Cub Rewards members will be picked every week to win gas or groceries for the whole summer. Just shop at Cub, then save on gas at Holiday to be entered. The more you use your Cub Rewards to fuel up, the more chances you have to fuel your summer. Only for a limited time and only at Holiday. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Minnesota.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. You know, I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cashback you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. You know, basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Play stop to opt out. Minimum purchase required. Interest accrues from date of purchase, but is waived if paid within promotion.
I've written some jokes about you guys. You haven't read it yet.
No. Okay.
You will need to read this joke. You don't get to read in advance, just read.
Okay, you remember the great toilet paper shortage of 2020? Well, I don't want to brag or anything, but I was personally responsible for the great condom shortage of 2009.
Yeah, my girl. Okay, Bailey's next. Ready? Here we go. Bailey, here's your cold reading joke.
I'm so excited to have a job on the radio. Call in now and tell us about a job you got that you're not qualified for.
Yeah.
And I got it anyway.
Got it
suckers.
anyway. Vaunt.
My grandma calls me Boom because whenever she looks at me, she wishes someone blew me up.
Boom. Hey, Boom. All right. What's better? You got your KFC. You got Raising Cane's, Chick-fil-A, Dave's Hot Chicken.
Raising Cane's.
Raising Cane's.
Hands down.
100%. You've not been to Raising Cane's, Bont.
Because I've heard so many people say it's just so overrated.
No,
it's not worth the hype.
What's your favorite, Dave?
KFC.
That's because you're from 1910. That's no one's favorite.
It's a classic. People sometimes say I look like Colonel Sanders.
I mean,
nobody says that.
I'm going Dave's Hot Chicken. The sauce is so good, and you can choose the spice level.
Text messages, Cane's is so overrated.
No.
Another says Cane's is only good because of the sauce.
That's what I hear. I hear the sauce is good, but other than that, it's just regular old chicken.
You haven't had the Texas toast. When you go to Cane's, you got to get the Texas toast as well. What about Popeyes?
I've never had Popeyes.
Popeyes has entered the chat. What, Jenny?
I haven't had it.
You have never had Popeyes?
No, there weren't Popeyes around where I grew up.
They're really good. They're pretty good.
Of course they wouldn't have Cajun fries and Fond du Lac.
No,
of course not.
Of course not.
I think it's perfectly fine to like your own posts on social media. I realized I was doing it yesterday.
Is that bad? Is that bad?
Thank you, Bailey.
Why, though? What are you proving?
Nothing necessarily. You're just saying, like, hey, I posted this. Good job, me. I live a dazzling life.
But don't you already acknowledge that because you're posting it? You're posting it, so you know that you like it.
But where I think the problem comes is when you're the first to like the post.
Well,
you can't do that.
I don't be the first one. I wait until at least like 10 people have liked it, and then I'll like it so that no one can see that I liked it. But I did. I liked it. It's a great post.
In that same vein, sometimes I text people some funny things, and then I read what I said, and I'll be like, this is funny, and I'll go double tap and haha, and like I'll react to what I said.
I am terrified. When you accidentally like your own post, I'm immediately like, oh God, no. And I hit the unlike as quick as I can.
Immediately unlike that one.
You guys should worry about real problems
No,
in
it's
the
like
world.
sending yourself a birthday card. You know what? You don't need to send yourself a
Good
birthday
analogy.
card.
Why? No,
I'm really good.
You can
I'm
get
really
yourself
good
a
at
gift.
analogies. No, you do not give. Well, you can buy yourself a gift and go as my
that's
birthday.
a funny bit.
But what does a like do? It's nothing. anything from yourself.
So why are you cranky about it? It's nothing.
It's sending yourself a birthday card, open in the mailbox and going, oh, look at this. I got a birthday card.
And then read the message all surprised. Have a great year, you.
I'm so sweet. I love me.
I heard Vaughn talking about how he doesn't think you should have to buy a gift if you go to a destination wedding because you're already buying like the ticket and something to wear and the hotel room, etc. And I completely agree. Here's my solution. Go to Target, get a gift card, but then don't actually put any money on it. Just write $100 in the back of the card and then put it in the wedding card that you like take to the wedding.
You are evil. You are an evil genius.
I've done this like probably 10 times now.
10? Jesus.
Only once did the bride call me and ask me about it. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like, let me send you another one.
If I did this to you, you would call and say, that gift card didn't work. I would not.
Why?
Because I'd be embarrassed. I'd be like, oh, Bailey got me a gift card for Bed Bath & Beyond. It didn't work. I don't want to embarrass her.
Jenny has no shame. She'd be like, she'd call you and say, hey, cheap ass.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would say.
Reactivate this.
Card.
101.3 KDWB.
You can't make this stuff up. 2, 3, 4.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to the Minnesota Goodbye podcast. A lot of people really love the Minnesota Goodbye because it's extra stuff that we don't get to talk about on the radio. We can be a little bit more, opinionated and maybe a little bit more juicy.
Yeah.
And share some things that we don't get to share on the radio. And we get to read dicey emails, some questionable, sketchy topics. And it's the Minnesota Goodbye. And it's a little bit different with the same people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, you know, on the radio, we're pretty much out there, pretty much an open book. But it gets really gross on the Minnesota Goodbye.
Yeah, Dave swears sometimes. Yeah, if you want to hear the Dave Ryan voice say a swear word, listen to the Minnesota Goodbye.
I think I said the F-bomb about 16 times
At
yesterday.
least, yeah.
Because I was really working it just for effect. Anyway, it's called the Minnesota Goodbye, and it is online on the iHeartRadio app every day after the show. About, you know, usually 10 o'clock by 11 o'clock or so it's up there. And you can search for Minnesota Goodbye on the iHeartRadio app. It is the end of summer, and some people kind of get the blues about, you know, I got to go back to work, or not back to work, but you know, the days are getting colder and shorter and that type of thing. So what do you do to beat that seasonal slump? Exercise and spending time outdoors can help lift your spirits. So you get outside, you go for a walk. Yesterday we talked on the You Can't Make This Stuff Up about how rucking is a really kind of a cool, trendy thing.
Yeah.
You buy a weighted backpack or a weighted vest. I would say start with a 15-pounder. That's what I did. And you go for a hike or you go for a walk. And hills are a little bit harder, so you're working a little bit harder, and you're getting outside and get some exercise.
Man, I wish I knew about it like before this summer started because I walk a lot, and especially in the summer because it's nice out. And man, I've been just doing it an elementary way, just sans this rucksack thing.
I'm going to buy you a ruck for your ruck pack or sack for your birthday.
Thanks.
Get you a 15-pounder.
It's not good to have like a do-it-yourself ruck pack. Like if I just have a book bag on and I just stuff things in it because it's not properly
Probably not balanced, but you know what? The Boy Scouts did it when we were training for Philmont. One of the kids put a bunch of dumbbells, like 3 or 4 dumbbells in his backpack.
And then it's lumpy.
Yeah, I know. He's a
Soup
kid.
cans.
Yeah, they don't care.
Sheesh.
Other things that you can do is embrace the cozy vibes of fall. So get into the pumpkin spice lattes and the warm blankets and the fall decor and seasonal recipes. Slow cooker Sunday will be making a return very soon.
Are you bringing in leftovers?
He
from
never
that?
does.
God dang it,
he
David.
eats it himself, but not for us.
Well, that's a bummer.
I mean, I might. My favorite crock-pot recipe is crock-pot chicken and dumplings. And it's like refrigerator biscuits, like Pillsbury biscuits and chicken and some carrots and celery and some spices. And it turns out really good. I'll make some for you.
Okay.
If you love to sleep in on the weekends after a long work week, you're doing something right. New research says that getting extra sleep on the weekend significantly decreases your risk of heart disease. They studied people, not old people, but people over 14 years. Oh, I see. Over the period of 14 years. Okay, I get it. And found out that those who get the most sleep on the weekends are 20% less likely to develop heart disease compared to a group that can't sleep late. So
nice.
Yeah. And if you are running into Labor Day, it is a popular one for races because there are going to be 76 runs held across the country.
76?
Seems like there should be more than that. There's like a 5K like every weekend in the Twin Cities.
There is.
Is there?
And the Twin Cities Marathon is coming up in about a month.
Oh, are you doing it?
No, my marathon days are done.
It's past you.
They're too hard on your body. They really are.
I would definitely sit in one of those like baby Bjorns if someone wanted to carry me on a marathon. I think that'd be kind of fun.
That sounds great. I'm sure somebody would love to carry your big old ass
Can you
in a baby
imagine?
Bjorn over 26 miles. That'd be
Or,
great.
you know, like a stroller. Like we met some babies yesterday who were just getting pushed around in strollers because they couldn't use their motor skills yet.
You said
Walk.
the key word, babies.
Yeah, I know, but like, why can't I
Bailey
get pushed
Bjorn
around
in a Bailey Bjorn?
in a Bailey Bjorn or in a stroller? That sounds great. You get a running stroller. Those are good for, you know, the joggers, and I just want to sit in one.
One of the many reasons why you're single.
This is
Because
it?
you want somebody to carry you around.
That sounds so fun.
One of the reasons.
You would love to be carried around, Dave.
Vaughn and I put together a list.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, why is it a scroll? Yeah, why are he's unrolling it? He's
of the
unrolling
reasons
it.
Bailey is single.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Number 1.
Cats.
Number 2.
Bedazzle.
Number 3.
Renaissance
Weird
Festival.
earrings.
What? I would date her after this list so far.
Yeah. Okay, Jenny and I are going to be together forever.
Beady little eyes.
Beady little eyes.
Beady
Those do
little
make me nervous.
They are
sometimes.
beady little eyes.
Attitude in general.
Attitude.
Yes, exactly.
Disney nerd, Renaissance
Disney
nerd,
nerd, yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons nerd. And there's one that's just a nerd.
Nerd, just nerd. All right, we'll be back with Dave's Dirt coming up in a few seconds on KDWB. There is some interesting dirt kind of on all fronts, including Taylor Swift, Chapel Roan, and more Taylor Swift. Okay, we'll do it coming up in a second on Dave's Dirt on 101.3 KDWB.
Just gonna stand there and watch me burn. But that's alright because I like the way it hurts. Just gonna stand there and hear me cry. But that's alright because I love the way you lie. I love the way you lie.
I can't tell you what it really is. I can only tell you what it feels like. And right now it's a steel knife in my windpipe. I can't breathe, but I still fight. Well, I can fight as long as the wrong feels right. It's like I'm in flight. High off of love, drunk from my hate. It's like I'm huffing pain. I love her the more I suffer. I suffocate right before I'm about to drown. She resuscitates me. She hates me, and I love it. Wait, where you going? I'm leaving you. No, you ain't come back. We're running right back. Here we go again. It's so insane, cause when it's going good, it's going great. I'm Superman with the wind in his back. She's always lame, but when it's bad, it's awful. I feel so ashamed. Now snap, who's that dude? I don't even know his name. I laid hands on him. I never stoop so low again. I guess I don't know my own strength.
Just gonna stand there and watch me burn. But that's alright because I like the way it hurts. Just gonna stand there and hear me cry. But that's alright because I love the way you lie.
question on my Dave Ryan KDWB Facebook page. If you're going to the beach, and it's still beachy this weekend, we were thinking about going over to Lake Minnewaska Regional Park.
You love it there.
It is a hidden gem. It really is, and I think I've overpopularized it. But there's still parts of Lake Minnewaska Regional Park that people don't know about because it's vast. It's a huge park. But the beach is great. But if you go to the beach, here's some rules. According to a survey, here are the top beach don'ts. Don't sit too close to others if there is an open space. Okay, there's one. I'll give you another one. Don't hang your garbage bag on your picnic table because it'll draw flies.
That's smart.
Okay. Don't litter. I mean, come on. Of course you don't litter. Don't play your music too loudly. There have been people who absolutely think that they should be able to play their music because it's a festive atmosphere. I'm going to play my Motley Crue really loud at the beach because everybody should enjoy my music. There are people who think that way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think like, oh, people should enjoy my music, but I do think that like people think, well, I'll play my music really loud because I'm here with all of my friends and we're not going to all sit on our headphones. So we're going to play our music out loud. And then I just think I'll just let them have fun.
But there's a difference between loud and like playing it at a normal volume that your friends can hear and not the entire beach. You know?
Bouncing. The beach is bouncing.
I think that most people get that. You can play a little bit of music, I mean, whatever. Don't set your things up right in front of others. So in other words, if they got a view of the beach, then you don't want to set up right in front of them, I guess. Don't leave kids unattended. I see it all the time. We were there with the girls about 2 weeks ago, and there was a little girl, probably 2 or 3 years old. I don't know where her parents were, but they weren't anywhere near. And she kept coming over, and our girls were playing with a little sand bucket, and she was watching from about 4 feet away, like, I want to play too. So I finally asked her, I said, you can play with the sand bucket. And she did. And I'm looking around going, where's mom and dad?
Yeah.
She's standing in ankle-deep water with knee-deep and over-the-head water just right there.
Yeah, with strangers.
With strangers. Don't go heavy on the PDA. Don't yell or be obnoxiously loud. Don't leave a mess behind on your picnic table, because some people do. It's like, okay, hey, we're leaving. Just leave it there. Somebody will clean it up.
I hate that.
Don't stare, Bailey.
Stare at what?
At the college swim team.
Well, they're asking for it.
They're asking for it.
Why are they so hot?
Why they got their shirts off with abs?
And those are some of the things for going to the beach. Today is National Beach Day, just to let you know.
Hey.
And whatever you're doing this weekend, I hope you have a good time. Jenny, did you find anything for me and Susan to do? Because we said earlier in the week, we said the long weekend is coming. We've got nothing to do. We want to do something because I don't want to come back to work on Tuesday. And Bailey and Jenny and Vaughn go, what'd you do? And I'm like, no, nothing.
My pitch for you is that you and Susan head over to Bayfield, Wisconsin. The Apostle Islands are over there, and there's lots of activities you can indulge in, and one of them being kayaking, where you take a tour, and it's a 2-person kayak. So Susan, I know she doesn't love to do like too many like treacherous activities. So she could sit in the kayak and you could do all the work. So she just sits and gets to enjoy the beautiful scenery of the sea caves that you like tour through, and you're the one who's paddling the whole time.
But it's a tour, so somebody's leading you along.
There's a guide.
That sounds so fun.
Yes, because I will be honest, Lake Superior, it can get pretty sketchy, and you might tumble over, you might drown, but you will save your wife, right?
Well, how far from the boat is she? I mean, is she like right next to the boat?
2 feet away.
Well, then it's time to paddle for help.
Your silence was deafening there.
Okay. You're right. 2 feet's too far away, because then what if you reach for her and you fall in?
Then
you're both out of luck. You're both out. You got to look out for number one first.
I just asked her if she wants to do that. She said, sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, so I found something for you guys to do. You got to get on booking something though quick, because there's not too many options for hotels, and the Airbnb situation not very nice.
Why is it not very nice? What do you mean?
Like there's like no options left for Airbnbs.
Oh, they're all booked up?
Yeah, unless you want to stay in like a room in someone's house, which I feel like might not be yours.
Not your vibe.
That is
vibe.
not. I never understood bed and breakfast. It's like, okay, I'm going to sleep in your house. I'm going to use your bathroom. Then I'm going to go downstairs and have breakfast with you. I don't want to have breakfast with you.
So weird.
Why is that weird?
I think it's fun.
Is it weird to have breakfast, or weird that I think that way?
No, with people, I'm agreeing with you. Like, I think it's so strange to just be like, all right, now we're strangers in this common place.
So how long have you lived here?
Yeah. So you get to know people. It's a fun way to connect.
I don't want to get to know people.
They make you breakfast. Sweet.
Well, great. Now I feel obligated.
I think it's
then I got
fun.
to eat it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I don't like my eggs
don't
fried.
stay at a bed and breakfast. Just stay at a hotel. But I will say that you guys might want to look into it quick because it looks like everything's getting booked up if you want to do this.
Okay, well, thanks for the suggestion.
You
Anything
should.
else? Is there anything else?
I mean, you said that you've flown to Madeline Island, but you can take the ferry over to Madeline Island and just like bop around for the day if you wanted. That's another option if you're
It's
not
kinda
trying
cool.
to get
It's
into the water.
Kind of cool over there. Yeah.
I don't know how cold because Lake Superior is so cold. So I don't know how cold it's going to be kayaking. It's supposed to be nice this weekend, but that's in the Twin Cities. Hold on. Let me look at Bayfield's weather.
Look up Bayfield's weather.
I think you should definitely do this. This sounds like such a cool opportunity that you'll like look back on it and you'll be like, Susan, remember that one time when we went kayaking through caves? And she'll go like, yeah, and I got a lot of great pictures.
Yeah.
And then you're like, drive out there. It can be lovely. You can have the windows down and it can just be nice.
Down?
Them windows down.
Is this a Surrey with a fringe on top?
Yeah, you can have them windows down.
Okay, you're done.
It's going to be nice tomorrow. Today, about the same, but then a little bit like not as warm. A high of 70 on Sunday.
Perfect.
Let us know what you're doing this weekend. Go on my Facebook page, Dave Ryan KDWB, because it might give other people some suggestions. Maybe you're going to go down to Red Wing and stay at the St. James Hotel and climb Barn Bluff and go to the wineries around there.
That sounds fun, too.
It does sound kind of fun, yeah. So whatever you're going to do, go online, Facebook, Dave Ryan KDWB, and let us know. It might give some other people some ideas.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of dirt. Dave's Dirt on KDWB.
Well, there is a prequel to the movie Rosemary's Baby. Rosemary's Baby is a horror movie from back in the 70s, I think.
Okay.
This is called Apartment 7A. Here's a bit of the trailer.
There's something wrong with these people. I think something happened to the girl who lived here before me.
They did ungodly things to her.
Oh.
And now they've chosen you.
Ooh, okay, that sounds kind of good. There is a trailer for, it is called Unfinished Beef, Chestnut versus Kobayashi. This is the hot dog eating thing.
Yeah.
Unfinished Beef. Here is a little bit of the trailer.
To be the greatest, it takes a hunger few understand. On September 2nd, watch the greatest competitive eaters go head-to-head for the first time in 15 years. In a rematch where winner takes all. Chestnut versus Kobayashi, Unfinished Beef. Live only on Netflix.
Wait,
Unfinished Beef.
It's live only on Netflix. Okay, that
Sunday,
sounds interesting.
Sunday.
Guy orders something on Amazon, and when he gets it, he is surprised it's not what he ordered.
Well, I didn't know what it was because it was kind of dark. I had just gotten home from work. It was late at night, and I couldn't tell what it was, and I reached in, and then I smelled it, and it was on my hand, and there was poop in there.
Whoa.
We haven't had any arguments with anybody or anything, and we see the drivers occasionally, and I just say thanks, and that's about it. I never had any, major issues with any of the drivers, so I have no idea. Well, I just hope they figure out who it is that did it, and I'd like to know why.
Have you seen the TikTok or the Instagram reel? It's a prank where you prank your partner or sometimes your kid, and you set this up in advance. You're in the bathroom, you're on the toilet, and you yell out the door, "We're out of toilet paper. Can somebody bring me some toilet paper?" And then you get it on video, and you have chocolate on your hands, and you reach out to take it, and you get chocolate on their arm.
I would die.
And oh my God, they did it to 5-year-olds. They start crying because they know that's not. They're like, that's poop.
Yeah.
I just got mom's poop on my. I would suggest you try this on Andrew.
Yeah.
That'd be a funny bit, Jenny.
You know that we're really disgusting, and honestly, he'd just be like, ew, wash
Wipe
your
it off,
hands.
yeah.
It wouldn't be like oh my God, ah. It would just be like, all right, well, you need to use the bidet. That's what he'd say to me. I'd be like, I know.
I'm going to try that on Susan. That'd be a
I think
funny
that'd be a
bit.
good bit, yeah.
I'm thinking about if she's not listening, I'm going to try that one. Labor Day weekend, traditionally a slow period at the Megaplex. The winning streak for Deadpool Wolverine will continue. Also, it ends with Us, Inside Out 2, and Alien Romulus will be more popular than any of the 6 new releases. There's a President Reagan biopic. There's also a horror movie called Afraid about AI spinning out of control. And Tyrese Gibson and Ray Liotta are in an R-rated crime thriller called 1992. I would say if you want to go see one that I really liked and you want to sit inside this weekend, Blink Twice was really good, too. Speaking of really good, I discovered with my son Carson at the State Fair yesterday a fair food that I've never heard anybody talk about, but he saw TikTok about it. It's called crab boil wings.
The picture looked really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put it. If you want to see a picture, it's on my Instagram, Dave Ryan KDWB. And Carson saw it, and we went and found it, and it's inside the food building. It's hard to give directions inside the food building because I say turn left and well, which way am I facing before I turn left? So just go look for it, crab boil wings. And it's crab boil with corn on the cob, little pieces of corn on the cob, sausage, potatoes, spices, and instead of crabs, it's chicken wings. And it was so good and reasonably priced. I think it's like $11 or so.
And so the chicken was boiled. Was it wet or kind of but
it was a little bit wet, but it was not a whole lot different than just regular chicken wings, just not crispy.
Okay.
So yeah, quite delicious. One, it's big enough that you can share it, but if you want to eat the whole thing, then you can do that too. Awesome. Bailey and Vaughn had their first ever pork chop on a stick yesterday.
Yeah.
I treated the kids to pork chop on a stick. Give me your honest opinion.
Well, I don't think it was Vaughn's first pork chop on a stick because he's obsessed with pork chop.
Oh, is that right?
It was maybe my 6th one just this year.
Oh, is that right? I thought it was your first.
But it was my first one, and I thought it was delicious. It was really good. And pretty much Dave was like, does anybody want one? I was like, you buying? Yep. Yes, I will take one. Thank you very much.
They changed the Spam curds. They used to be the size of a dice in a game of Monopoly.
Yeah.
Breaded and fried.
What'd they change?
They now look more like a chicken McNugget, but they're oblong shaped. So they're much bigger, and they're much better than they were. Yeah.
I love those.
Yeah, they're really good. You like Spam?
I do.
Spam nuggets?
So good.
Yeah.
Those are good. And I mean, this isn't at the fair, but I've had Spam fried rice. That is the most delicious thing I've ever eaten.
That sounds weird.
So good. It is so good, you guys.
Spam is so good. I always say people go, Spam is gross.
Nuh-uh.
But if you eat hot dogs or bologna, this is so much better than hot dog meat or bologna meat. It's pork shoulder and ham.
Yeah, and it's salty in a fun way. Hungry.
Okay. Can we move on?
Yeah, okay.
Leah Remini is divorcing Angelo Pagan after 21 years of marriage. They broke the news yesterday, saying they no longer fit. She said, well, here we are. After 28 years together, 21 years of marriage, we've decided to file for divorce. We're approaching this with a positive outlook. It is what is best for us. They say it was amicable. And for what it's worth, the couple have an adult daughter. So, okay. Britney Spears, they're still with the rumors about who's going to play Britney Spears, but they are working on the movie. Britney's assistant said they would cast Drew Barrymore to play her. But Drew Barrymore is quite a bit older than even current age Britney, don't you think?
Yeah,
definitely.
That seems weird.
The role of Britney's first boyfriend, Justin Timberlake, would go to Willy Wonka's Timothée Chalamet.
He's getting all the roles now, which, good for him. But
yeah.
I don't see
Was
him
he
as...
Elvis also?
No, that was Austin Butler.
Look at you three all at the same time. I love that one. Taylor Swift is given free tickets for TikTok Swifties. She's been doing a challenge and still marketing herself and doing a great job. Chapel Roan has canceled some European shows because of scheduling conflicts. She says, due to scheduling conflicts, I've had to make the extremely hard decision to cancel my Paris and Amsterdam shows. I've rescheduled my Berlin show due 23rd of September. I'm so sorry and very disappointed. I promise I'll be back. I am heartbroken. Thank you for understanding. How do you have a scheduling conflict on a tour that you plan months in advance?
That you scheduled.
Well, I just think of it as that she's not the one who scheduled it. So it's somebody else who's probably got fired because they didn't do it right or they double booked her or something. Because she's not the one scheduling everything.
It's weird because, honestly, when an artist cancels their tour, it's because tickets aren't selling well. And Carson is in the tour industry right now. And he says it's happening all over the place where, who was it? Ice Spice was going to play the Armory, had to move to the Fillmore.
Yeah.
There was a couple of other artists that he was working with that were at the Fillmore or the Armory. Then they had to move to the Fillmore because tickets are... for Chapel Roan, you would think she would not have any trouble selling tickets.
Right. So that's why I think it must be double booking or something.
So everybody spent all their money on the Taylor Swift concert last summer. They're still bankrupt.
Yeah.
Probably.
No. That is the dirt on KDWB. We'll be back with Should Catcalling Be Illegal? I want you to listen to this woman's argument that catcalling should be illegal. And it'll kind of maybe set some people off. We'll talk about that coming up in a minute on KDWB.
Set your smart speaker to wake up to the Dave Ryan Show on 101.3 KDWB.
It is heading into the long weekend, and at Treasure Island Resort and Casino this weekend, guess who's going to be there? TLC is going to be at the island. Coming up on Sunday night, it is an indoor show, just for what it's worth, with, all their songs. Waterfalls, of course. I'll bet that'll be their finale song. No Scrubs, Creep, so many of their hits from the 90s when TLC comes to Treasure Island. Also, one of my favorite things they do all year, and I would go, but it's Roger's Rescue Ride that same day. But it is Island Bites and Brews. That is at the Island's lot, their outdoor venue, on September 14th. You can get tickets in advance. You can get them there at the gate. Beer samples, all your top favorite local food trucks, and then live music. Spend a few hours at the lot for Island Bites and Brews on Saturday, September 14th.